What's up, everybody? Garrett back here, and I want to just give my thoughts and quick review on the new Hellraiser. Now, before I start, I just want to give you my overview on Hellraiser. I'm not the biggest Hellraiser fan. It's probably not even my top 5 horror franchises. I enjoyed the first one a lot. The second one was pretty good, and the third one was pretty good as well. But then after that, I really just didn't care for many of these. So basically, after 3, I've only seen those movies once in my life, many, many years ago. So I'm not the biggest Hellraiser fan. So maybe my opinion on this doesn't mean as much as someone who is an avid Hellraiser fan. So when it comes to this new Hellraiser, when it was announced, I actually had zero interest in even checking this thing out. Hellraiser was the type of series, like I said, that every time we got a sequel or redo, it just didn't work for me. So to me, this one kind of felt exactly the same. I really have no interest. I wasn't even planning on checking this thing out. Therefore, I would have never done a review like this. But after seeing the trailer, I actually said, you know what, this looks actually pretty good. Let me check it out. So I had a little bit of time before work today, so I squeezed this in to see if it exceeded my expectations. Now, this new reimagining or take on the Clive Barker's 1987 horror classic, we meet a young woman named Riley who's actually suffering from addiction. She does come into possession with the puzzle box, and then we kind of learn what this thing does and what it's capable of, and soon realizes that it summons the Cenobites. Now, I want to give a quick spoiler-free review here. I'm not going to go really in-depth on this. All I can say is, to me, this started very slow. It kind of was taking me out of it right away. I wasn't really connecting with a lot of the characters. And I'm all for slow burn horror movies, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't connecting with the story they were telling here. Now, I'm going to say this movie does pick up a little bit about the second half, where we start to really see a lot more of the Cenobites and Pinhead. Now, as a whole, I think the Cenobites and Pinhead, the new look that they're going for, I think was fine. I think Jamie Clayton did a fine job at her role as Pinhead. But like I said before, I just couldn't really get invested in a lot of these main characters, these kids. So as a whole, this is kind of middle of the road for me. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I think it's just kind of middle of the road. It's pretty good. I mean, for a Hellraiser sequel, it's fine. I mean, I would put this up there with my top 4 Hellraiser movies. But again, that's not saying much. I didn't think there was anything new that maybe we haven't seen before. I mean, I thought the story was okay. It had some twists and turns here and there. But to me, it just felt like kind of a reboot or reimagining of a horror movie, similar to what we usually get. Now, I know this was directed by David Buckner, and he has a long list of movies that he's done recently that have been really praised. Things like The Ritual, Southbound, and Night House. Now, I will say, I haven't seen any of those movies. I did hear they're really good, so I did recently just pick up Night House. As you can see, I have not opened it yet to check out, but I have heard great things, so I really want to check out his other work. Now, again, when it comes to the gore and stuff in here, it's pretty good. It's decent. There's some CGI, some not. But again, there was nothing that totally blew me away with this movie. So long story short, when it comes to the new Hellraiser, did it exceed my expectations? I'm going to say yes, because going into it, I really didn't have many expectations at all. It went from a movie I had zero interest in to a movie I had some interest in based on the trailer. And did it deliver? Kind of. Now, I'm expecting this to be a polarizing movie. Like most of the horror movies that we're getting nowadays, we have a group of people that love it, a group of people that don't really care for it. But I'm curious what to see here, because I have a feeling we're going to find both sides of the fence again on this one. But regardless of what side you take, it's cool to see more horror movies getting out there and getting people talking. Now, that was my quick thoughts and spoiler-free review on what I thought of the new Hellraiser 2022. So if it was up to me, I'd give it about 3 out of 5 stars. Is it something I'm going to probably check out again? Probably not, but it's definitely worth a watch on Hulu. All right, so like I said, I know things are going to be divided on this one, like it is on most horror movies that come out. So let me know in the comments down below what your expectations were going in, and were they met or exceeded. So I appreciate you guys checking this out. This is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay rad.